Alrighty, we good? Alrighty, guys, welcome back to Coach's Corner this week. I am the co-sports editor, Dylan Henson, and I'm sitting down this week with cross-country coach, Coach Kesterson. Coach, good to see you.
Good to see you, sir.
How's the season going so far?
It's been really good this year. We've had a lot of new athletes come out this year, a lot of returning athletes, and going from week to week, seeing them progress and do really well.
Mm-hmm. Now, who are some of these new guys that's been helping you this season?
On the boys' side, we got a few standouts. We got a couple that came on as freshmen this year. Harrison Bolts has been our top freshman. Has come out. He actually won the region meet last weekend, running a 16-16. Nick Nyman is also one of our top 5 boys as a freshman. And then on the girls' side, we got some freshman athletes, including Hikari Akita, Zimmy Stager, who's also come out this year and done a great job.
Now, of course, in addition to the young guys, you'll also have some seniors and juniors. Who are some of those guys that you looked on to leadership so far this year?
I always look to our captains. I had a great group of captains this year. We had some senior boys, Reed Livingston, Will Dearman, Nicholas Bryant, who've done a great job as captains, really leading the team. And on the girls' side as well, it's always a hard picking, trying to narrow it down to 3. We've got a great group of leadership. Our largest number of seniors this year, actually on the girls' side, was Sarah Finney, Dora Tournier, Abby Dickinson, that have all kind of really stood out and helped lead this year.
Now, your last event was the region meet.
Yes.
How did that one go?
We did really well. We were looking to be top 2, top 3, based on the numbers. When we've run against 7 out of the top 10 team states are in our region, and it's just a lot of tough competition. To come out run placing second on the varsity side in both races, it is a good outcome. So.
And did y'all finish in the top 2 for that?
We placed second for the girls and second for the boys both.
Okay. Now, last year I know that y'all finished a little bit short of winning state, and that's always any team's goal is to win state, especially at the beginning of the year. Has it dawned on you at all that this team could be a state contending team and possibly win it all?
Coming into it, we knew we had some great athletes, and the potential was always there. It's just trying to keep them focused and remember that they can do it. Sometimes they have one bad race and they get a little discouraged, but it's just constantly reminding you guys are in the running to be in the state. And after last weekend, running against Union Grove and McIntosh, who once again are some of the best teams in the state, and seeing how we compared against them, I think they've got the confidence to realize that they have a good shot at making it to the podium again this year.
Absolutely. Now, you did say that you were playing teams like McIntosh and Northgate, and probably some people on the team that probably know some of the people on the other team. What is it like for them to go and face some of their friends and run against them, and knowing, well, I'm competing against them today?
Right, on competition day, they've got their game face on, and their focus is on doing their best, and they want to beat that person because it helps the team. But come after the race, they'll go cheer each other on and kind of congratulate one another on a successful race. And particularly in this area, McIntosh, and a lot of them have grown up running together in programs like the Flash, and so they know each other really well. So there's those friendships that are there, but come race day, they're able to kind of focus on what they need to do.
You mentioned some of the races that maybe the team didn't compete as well in, and maybe you need to give them a pep talk, something like that. Were there any races like that in particular this year that maybe the team just said, oh, we didn't do as well? Maybe they didn't even do bad. They maybe just didn't place first or anything.
Yeah, there were a couple races that mentally that beat themselves up on. One in particular I think of that was the Aubrey Gunderson race, and the major factor was the weather that day, and a lot of them didn't do as well as they'd hoped or anticipated. But to come out and perform the way that they did in the conditions that they had, then they didn't lose any ground. They kind of stayed even for the week. So once again trying to remind you, can't beat yourself up over this one race where you may not have had one, may have had one bad race, or one race that didn't turn out like you hoped it would. So it's just trying to remind them of that.
You mentioned that the weather played a big factor in that race, and as it looks right now, it's wet outside and rainy, and most outside sports they're gonna have
Right.
problems like that. It's not like basketball where you go into an arena and you're fine.
Right.
How's the weather played an effect on this team this year, especially like during practices and all that? Just like a general question.
It's a constant battle with any outdoor sport, like you say. It's beginning of the season, we've got extreme heat we've got to deal with, and we're either having to monitor and adjust the length of the workout or the intensity of the workout. So there's that factor, and now we're getting into this rainy season. This is the first year we've had some really bad weather on race day in a few years. So it's been an adjustment factor because a lot of them haven't had to deal with this kind of weather in the last couple of years. But they've taken it in stride and done really well with it. So,
what's the chemistry like on this team?
With this cross country team, they're like a big family is what they are. We've got 82 kids on the team, and even within groups that large, you're going to have some friends that are closer than others. But they really try to encourage, and they have team dinners, and it's really just a big family atmosphere. And team outings where they go to, they may meet up and go to a Braves game or have a bonfire one night. So they like to have fun, and they stick together as a team. So it's really good to see. For
them to be that big of a family and do all this stuff together, how important is that to you to have them, just completely bond together and kind of be a real team?
That bonding outside of practice and outside of our team meetings, really brings them together as a team. And because the sport, it's a team sport, but it's also an individual sport. And have them there and these friendships, and they're cheering each other on and encouraging one another. Some of these boys or girls that may have had a race they didn't turn in as they would expected. They know they've got somebody who's going to come up to them and talk to them and encourage them. Hey, you can do better next week, or this is what we can work on. So it's definitely good for the encouragement and having that stability and support there for them.
With a few races left in the season, what are you looking forward to most about these next couple races?
Well, we just finished up with region. We got one more going into state. So right now it's just trying to keep them focused and perform as best as they can. And all we can ever ask them is to go out and give 100%, give their all, and do the best you can. If we win state, fantastic. If we come out second or third, or if we don't even place, as long as they can honestly say, I gave it my all, coach, and I know that they will. That's what I'm looking for. Just that they've worked hard and how much they've accomplished, and seeing that final accomplishment at the end of the season.
Awesome. All right, guys. Coach Kesterson, thank you so much.
Thank you, sir.
You're welcome. Join us next week on Coach's Corner.